right. Where are we? Are we starting? Let's see. Things working here? Gotta make sure my audio is good. Okay. I think we are good. Okay, a lot of stuff going on in the AI world. Okay, had some notes here. All right, so lately there's been like this big brouhaha over at is it DeviantArt? Was it DeviantArt? Shoot. DeviantArt. Let me see. Okay. Oh, freaking CAPTCHA. Oh my God. Is it in that? Come on. Okay. Is DeviantArt the one that's doing the big no AI movement? ArtStation. It's ArtStation. Jesus, I should know this. They all blend together. So everyone's doing the no AI post for ArtStation, and yeah, okay, that's their angle. Is it still moving? Come on. This didn't pause, did it? Okay. Don't switch. So big movement on don't no AI and this, and hey, I get it. People are freaked out by AI and everything, and it's crazy. Well, it's not crazy. I get it. It's new technology. It gets bonkers. What I want to do today is I got to do an image that's kind of a theme here. Okay, before I get talking into what's going on in the AI world, let's get some image work going here. What I want to do is I want to create a abstract design that is painterly. And colors red and white. Jeez. I don't think I want blue. No, I don't want it in blue. Red, white, and blue, that would be weird. Let's see what that pushes back at us. And maybe we'll also give it a splatter version. I'll make sure it's on 4B and see what these push back at us. So, so artists are, we're hitting this big, everyone's up in arms about AI art, and, I see both sides. They're not being compensated for, the basically scraping of or harvesting of their imagery to train the AI. I mean, I don't know what the legalities of that is, but of course you would feel violated if that was happening and you weren't benefiting financially from it. Now, what I don't know and I don't understand is I would be really. Where are they harvesting the images from? Um, is it posting up to. I don't know what ArtStation or DeviantArt or any of these, what their terms of services are. But, you know, are they posting their image, or is their imagery being harvested from a location that is has a terms of service where you are basically forfeiting your copyright for reproduction? Um, we have seen this over the years with Facebook and different social media sites, basically saying, "Hey, you post something here, we get to use it. We can use it for our benefit, for our advertising." Like, is that where it's getting scraped from? Um, and so that's something I don't understand. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I think everyone talks about their imagery being stolen, but no one I've talked to is discussing where it's being stolen from. Is it just being stripped from Google? And have they managed their imagery on Google that, every image is has the right copyright for reuse? Because you go image searches and you know I don't know if you opt in or opt out of that. This is all stuff I don't know. I think these are the conversations that need to be had. And the other part of this too is, okay, say a artist realizes that their imagery was harvested to train the AI, and they said, "Oh, I got to check. I got to check where all my copyrights are online." Um, and they realize that it wasn't properly um, represented online with a no use copyright. There's different ones. Copyright law is so dicey because there's Creative Commons, there's non-commercial, there's all kinds. So let's just say they go in, they lock down that copyright. Since it was locked down after the engine was trained, does that mean the engine has to be retrained? Or did they get in because, hey, at the time it wasn't defined? So this is all stuff that needs to be worked out. All right, we got some good images here. I kind of like this guy. 1, 2, 3. So let's upres version 3, and let's see what we can do here. I try to use these programs as ethically as I can, especially when it comes to using it on YouTube or something where I could potentially make money, I don't think it would be right for me to be punching in artist names. I would feel icky about that. Like, hey, do it in the style of this person. I think that, and then I make money at that. I don't know. Things are dicey right now, and I don't want to be involved in this. Well, no, I want to respect everyone as much as I can, but I do like the technology. So, okay, so we're going to copy this link. We're going to throw this into... So, I've been calling this technique compound image generation, or compound AI imagery. So I'm punching in this my little splatter abstract here, and then the idea was I wanted to use that as my image prompt, and then I'm gonna do Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. Action movie poster. And let's give it a AR of 2x3. And this isn't the final thing. We're gonna work on a little bit here. And what else? Style of 4B. And we'll just do the stylize as default right now. But I'm gonna punch it in, so when I redo it, it's good to go, and I can copy and paste this and just change a 0. So let's see what that spits back at us. Last week, everyone was also upended by the what was it? There was an app that came out for generating I think portfolio social media profile pictures. What was the name of that app? The name of that app was, let's see, where were we? The name of that app, it was a weird one. What was that? God, what's with my memory? AI profile app. Let's check the news. Lensa. All right. So Lensa got everyone all crazy, and I was like, really? I mean, it seemed like a month or so ago. Who was it? Was it DALL-E 2 or Stable Diffusion? One of them released an API. I was like, didn't people realize the API is for apps to build off of? And you're kind of shocked. But I guess, everyone, all the artist community gets all up in an uproar because they're glued to social media. And all of a sudden, all their friends that are non-artists and everything are throwing up all these, kind of Dream Booth-esque that's funny. Dream Booth type profile pictures that are really cool and in styles of, and I don't know. I didn't use the app. You know, if you know how to use Dream Booth, there's no reason to go get. And you know, the app probably made tons of money, and the artists are, you know, flipping out. We're gonna rerun this a couple times, and I get it. It can be upsetting if you know, follow it, follow that thought process. Um, but here's the thing. And again, it was like all the artists just start flipping out, and but we've seen this before. We've seen AI profile picture generators, cartoon me, whatever, um, generating, and they're hot for 15 minutes, and then they're gone. I, I don't know. It's weird to me. It's like, it's not a, you know, apps and social media profile picture things are so fleeting. But I guess it brought the conversation to the forefront, and you know, that's the art community took, or the anti-AI art community. Jeez, it's getting, the semantics of this is getting ridiculous. They're getting, they were enraged by it, but it's past. I mean, it disappeared from my timelines, and I it is it, there's going to be a lot more. It's coming. I'm sorry. Here, let's see how our images are coming. Oh, well, why has Mrs. Claus got the beard? That's bizarre. Wow, Mrs. Claus, there's a lot going on there. Oh, well, Mrs. Claus has a beard, and now Santa Claus is jacked with, well, he's the feminine figure, I would say. All right, so we're gonna need to add a little bit to this prompt. Well, first let's take this prompt and same prompt. Let's jack up the stylize and just see what that spits out. See if that kind of unhinges things. So yeah, so there's a lot of conversation and things going on, and I get it. It definitely has to be explored if there's something unethical or breaking laws and damaging artists' work and infringing on their copyrights. Has to be addressed. Where I see this going is, I'm sure there is a class action suit brewing. I'm guarantee it, and there'll be a big one. And the midjourneys, Stable Diffusion, these companies are going to have a bit of an issue, because this stuff just blew up overnight. So their first defense is going to be statute of limitations, but statute of limitations is 7 years. So, and I mean, this stuff has happened in 6 months. So you can't really say that the artists knew about it 7 years ago and said nothing. So they are going to have to battle on the actual essence of the lawsuit. You know, a lot of times, you know, modern day legal system, you never actually get to fight or debate the actual disagreement or the details of the lawsuit. Typically, you will spend years debating statute of limitations and when somebody knew something, and you know that is a whole nother conversation. But anyway, the stylized didn't do much for me. Why do they keep giving me like trans Santa? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just saying, I'm getting a lot of gender swapping. That's it. Gender swapping. All right, so let's get back down here and let's modify our command prompt a little bit. What I'd like to see is for an action movie poster. If I say photography, I want it to be photographic, or let's say photorealistic. Highly detailed. Dramatic composition and dramatic lighting. I may change that. Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. Okay, let's see. Boy, yeah, the copyright stuff can get dicey. I remember there was a copyright lawsuit, and I'd have to look it up. This is just off the top of my head. It was, so Mike Tyson got a face tattoo, and now, but the tattoo artist owns the copyright to the design. Okay, all well and good. Except Mike Tyson's face was used on a cover for what was the name of that Vegas Mike Tyson, was it Bachelor? No, it wasn't Bachelor Party. It was The Hangover. So they used his face on the box for The Hangover. Now, the tattoo artist sued the movie production because she wasn't compensated, or he or she, I don't remember what it was. He or she was not compensated What is going on here? For the use of their copyrighted design, and then money was made. And I mean, geez, you get a tattoo on your face and you're a celebrity. Now you can't use your face in promotion without paying royalties to the tattoo artist. That's crazy. And it only sounds crazy to me because I'm not familiar with the law. It's not what I would have expected. I would expect once you get tattooed, you have, I mean, in theory it makes sense, but it is weird. I don't know. I I think you just get into these strange little areas of copyright and ownership that just get a little bonkers. I want to see. I don't know, 1, 2, 3. That's up 3. Santa Claus. I am spelling Claus right? Yeah. I mean, what is with Santa? He just... And why am I still getting square? Did I mess up here? I think I messed up. What? I think I need a space there or something. Okay, well, I didn't like that one anyway, so let's do this. We're gonna drop this in. I think I need a space right there. Oops. There we go. Throwing a bunch of stuff here. Let's get rid of that tattoos. That's stupid. It's a little overplayed. Santa Claus in this one. Let's see what that spits out. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we've had ArtStation and now this Lensa or whatever that is. It's crazy. This is also brought up. I find this so weird. So since I worked in the film industry and association with a lot of concept artists, matte painters, artists, visual artists in general, and you know, I see both sides of it. Some embrace this, some are just thinking the world is ending, and I don't know who's right. Um, but there's this idea that their jobs are going to be stolen by people that have absolutely no idea how to create imagery. That all of a sudden somebody that has never made imagery for a career or anything for profit, and I say make imagery because that could be photography, painting, digital painting, any aspect, just where you're studying composition, color, and all these techniques. Things are getting weird here. I cut out Mrs. Claus. I see. There we go. Oh, these guys are some. Let's get one more version up here. Oh my gosh. So they think that people with no training are going to suddenly swoop in and take away are going to take away their livelihood. Adding a couple words here. I don't think that's who you need to worry about. You know, I have seen people come and go who, even in the early days of midjourney, they were asking me, oh my God, how cool is this? And how'd you do this? And, I point them to the director, hey, it's midjourney, you do this. If you're having trouble making prompts, you can go and use a prompt generating website, not prompt generating, basically a website that there was one that gave you all of these options. Let's say to kind of build a prompt. I think it was a prompt, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, they very little. There was no big threat in what they were creating to what I was creating. Not to say they couldn't develop into it. I just, right out of the gate and with a few weeks trying, it just wasn't working. And, it made me realize that it does take the artist to have ability to, kind of filter out what's good, what's bad. It's knowing cameras, it's knowing lenses, it's knowing techniques. It's for me, geez, like 5 semesters of art history I can pull on, and tremendous amounts of studying art history throughout my career, and pulling from those that knowledge base, I was able to create good imagery. So the point being is, I don't think the artists need to worry about. Oh God, I am getting some weird gender swapping here. Okay. Why? What? That's funny. So I'd like to see this stuff stop. That it's going to be the uneducated hobbyist that's going to swoop in and take your job. Let's see. I'm gonna find a. Let's see if I can find this. I am going to find this. I just want to kind of illustrate the idea that's kind of being kicked around. So here, is this going to open in Photoshop? Of course it is. Here's the meme that's going around, and client asking for specific changes to design. AI artist cowering under the desk, crying because they have no ability to change what they've created. Here's another client asking for specific changes to the design. AI artist crying. Oh, and look at all those fingers. How many fingers we got there? What this idea speaks to is that AI artists, again, are just people that have they're hobbyists, you know, suddenly with plenty of time to pursue a career. I mean, it's not even, it's giving the idea like these people are going to come out of the woodwork. They don't know what they're doing, and they're going to use AI and fail at the last, 10% of the job because they can't make changes. That's weird to me. Like, the people that are going to come for your job are not going to be underpowered. They're the people that come for your job are going to be artists that use AI to get 90% of the way to client approval within a day, and then have the talent and facility to easily make the final subtle 10% changes. those are the people you need to worry about because they got the skill, they got the talent, but now they're on steroids and can get to the finish line or get 10 feet away from the finish line in a ridiculous amount of speed and then kick it over and punch it into the end zone and be done with the client and out the door, get paid and move on. And they'll be able to manage more clients. And those are the people that are coming for you. It's the well-trained artists. It's not. So I don't know what is this idea that it's going to be these just untrained people that are are hobbyists. I mean, that's the other thing is, what major project is going to hire someone with no experience, no portfolio, not battle tested? Who's going to do that? Maybe if you're selling profile pictures for $5 a pop, yeah, maybe that business is going to dry up. But if you're doing concept on a video game or a movie or something like that, they're not going to go to like somebody living in their parents' basement and hire them and be like, hey, I'm going to pay you instead of somebody that I can rely on. So I would be more concerned about the artists that have a lot of experience and see this as a they see it as a steroid that can crush work, just crush it and get them where they need to be really quickly, and then be finished and be out the door and cash their check. Of course, if that imaginary client asks for a Santa and Mrs. Santa Claus, I mean, then you're screwed. You just got to do it by hand. No. Excuse me. Okay, so I need to kind of let's get this going. What was okay. Oh, come on. These CAPTCHA things are driving me absolutely bonkers. I don't know. Okay, I'm not a robot. I'm not AI. Oh my God. No. Here, let's try this. So, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, the other thing that people are getting all bent out of shape is this art? Is it not art? And it's kind of a joke because who determines what art is? You know, this is a philosophical is okay. So, does the artist, if an artist paints something and says, "This is," do they get to say, "This is art"? Okay, I spent 100 hours painting this painting. Does the artist get to say it's art? Or does it have to be received by an audience and the audience determines it's art? Who says what is art? A lot of artists right now are screaming that that this isn't, that AI isn't art. And is that because they are the audience, so they get to determine that it's? But you could say, hey, maybe somebody looks at a Jackson Pollock. We'll just throw it out there because it seems like a historically divisive painting style. And is one person can absolutely love it and, you know, understand it, that it's a representation of the energy, and that is amazing art, and it's amazing how we did this. And then there could be another person that goes in, sees it hanging on the wall, and is, you know, comes from the uneducated view, like, well, geez, anyone could do it. He just happened to be the first. I'm not impressed. That's not art. That's a mess. Is that person the one that determines that it's art? Or is it Jackson Pollock that determines that it's art? I think so. Anyway, right now everyone's all the semantics of what is art, and I guess that's good because honestly, that's a conversation that is at the core of art studies. I mean, that's a big one. So. Okay, how are we doing here? Jesus. Jesus. Okay, let's take our prompt here and we will splash that in there. And we get rid of the stylize. Go back to 100. So it's the end of the day, an image for visual art, it has to evoke emotion to have any value. It's got to be it's got to do something for you. It's got to make you angry, got to make you happy, it's got to do something, or it's not really worth doing. And I think that's a tough thing creating AI imagery is, as we're developing prompts, we kind of get in this weird existential debate in our head, like, oh my God, there can be days where you don't get anything good. Like, anytime I stream, I tend to not get anything good. This is just not doing it for me. Which one did I use? Let's... God, all right. Well, at least Santa's a guy this time. Santa doesn't have to be a guy. That's what I'm aiming for. So let's not crucify me over that one. Well, 'tis the season for crucifixion. What? What did he say? Let's see how this works. Okay. So there's a lot. I think this is going to be it's going to be an issue for a while, and I mean, what can we really do? I mean, you got Stable Diffusion that's open source, and you're going to have the ability to make your own models. Like, why? Not why, but let's say you're removed from the let's say you get removed from where the imagery is being scraped, harvested. But then you find somebody that really loves your work, downloads all the images that you've posted online on your social media, and trains a model to that. It's kind of I mean, you always fight for your rights. I'm having a hard time seeing where what the conclusion is. Oh, see, now we're getting some cool stuff. But I don't need the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of Santa Claus. But boy, are we getting some cool stuff. All right, we're going to rerun that. Let's see. Let's maybe take out muscular. So it's you know, there's just a lot going on. I got very descriptive with the poster. I think being simple was not working on this one. Um, as I say, I dig this one. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4. So, I think when it comes down to it, AI work, any work you do, has to have a purpose. Um, it's just it it can't just be. Uh, I mean, I guess people do make pictures just to be pretty. It's just I think we have to consider like what how we want things to impact us, and really does the technique of creating it alter our opinion of it. I like this one. I just hate that he's. Uh, younger. Let's see if rerunning that. You know, there's also take this image. Let's see. Copy this. Imagine. Let's throw that image in and then do a abstract design. Painterly. Let's see that's. Ooh. Oh, why do they gotta put hands in there? Which one did I like here? One. This one's kind of interesting. Let's. 3 versions of 3. Submit. And we're queued. Okay. I gotta keep checking my audio here. I'm listening to myself because last week I did a stream and somehow it didn't happen. neat stuff. He's kind of a little characterized for. Oh, wait a minute. Now, this is what I was pushing back. Okay, that's weirdness. Let's. So I pushed it back through as a what do you call it? Abstract design red and white. God, I wish they had better aspect ratios. Gets me a little bonkers. I'm gonna put a camera in here. See if that gives me a little more photographic. I really like that one. That may be my game changer. At some point, you know, doing these streams, I'm just getting used to doing them. I would like to get into some Photoshop and some other stuff where I would polish these off. And is that a naked Santa? Jesus. Okay, where am I? This is getting weird. Okay, where was that? It's like I'm working, I've kind of like gone in two directions here. I'm liking this. I just send that again, but highly detail. Since it's a blizzard, I wonder if I could throw in a volumetric light. You know, we see people use volumetric light a lot in prompts. To have a volumetric light, you have to have something inside the light volume, like fog, snow, rain. Like that's what it is. It's the volume that's being illuminated. Holy cow. That's not what I was looking for, but think I kind of have the image I like. Where are we at here? Anything else running? Yeah, volumetric light did 0. But it should. I mean, it is a graphic design. Let's go back up here and see what we can do to kick this. I like everything that's going on. Let's see. What I like to do, if you really want to get oh, okay, so nighttime. Did I not have anything in here for lighting? I mean, let's go dramatic lighting. And if that's no good, we'll go another one I like to use, which is kind of a photographic technique. If you want something really dramatic, use a single light. That should give you something more contrasty or contrasted, where when you start putting fill lights in, you're reducing the contrast because shadows are brightening and coming closer to the exposure of your highlights. Again, goes back to being an artist and knowing the techniques. You know, rerunning these, you don't get a lot of variety. I mean, what if I am going to go back and rerun it, but let's just submit the whole. And yeah, when you're re-rolling, you just kind of keep getting the same image. Like, it's really hard to kick it up. It creates something different. think I'm about wrapped up. I mean, this is really good. This has got a lot of oomph to it. I wish it was a little bit more realistic, but yeah, I think we're getting close to the end here. All right, well, I definitely wanted to stop in and talk about some of the things that have been going on. It's a crazy time right now with the opinions of everyone in the AI world, and I think we just keep feeling this out and see where we land. I mean, everything will even out. There will be no winner. There never is a winner. Even if this goes to litigation, it's a compromise. And, I don't see I don't see AI art getting shut down in a whole. I just you just and I don't see AI getting shut down as a whole, and I also don't see God, why so many fingers? I don't see artists, if their copyright is being infringed upon, I don't see that being allowed. It's going to be one way or the other. And then the dark horse in this whole thing is who's got the money to spend. It's not cheap to have these lawsuits and have law firms tied up in this. Of course, you get into class actions and law firms are they're basically paid at the end instead of being paid up front or as you go. So they have to be able to go on this ride and allocate services for years, sometimes decades, to fight this. And then I mean, if it's a class action, then at the very end, what happens is the law firm will go to the court and say, hey, we'd like to get paid this much. And they'll back that up with, billable hours and all of their invoicing and all that. And the court then gets to decide, well, you know what? I don't think you should have that. They get to decide how much is actually paid. There is a suggestion from the law firm, but that isn't always I don't know how often, but my experience is that it's not there's no guarantee, and might not get what you want. God, these hands. What? Let's see. We're gonna go one more pass. I mean, I can go in and fix those meaty things, but it's going to be interesting. I'm going to keep pushing forward with it. You know, as I say, I try to use it. I mean, I use it what I feel is ethically right now, and yeah, if this can get me, you know, 90-95% of the way there with a client, you know, there's nothing worse than developing an idea for weeks or months with a client and then getting needled at the end for little tiny changes. It happens to me all the time. And that's just part of being a visual artist. And it's exhausting, and you've already used up all of your energy, and you've just like, you just want to tell the client, like, it's not going to make it better. It's just going to make it different. And minutely. And I've run into that in many industries. But you also have to serve your client, and you want them to return. The way I see this is, geez, you can use AI to get past that tedious work and have all the energy to do those little changes at the end. I mean, that's kind of, maybe you're not as fulfilled. What is this? Don't switch. But, you know, sometimes work is just about doing work. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not right. Oh, maybe. Huh. I think I got an idea, Santa. Again, I could go do this in Photoshop, but that's see if that works. Here we go. This one looks weird. Something doesn't look right here. No, that one went off the... Whoa. Jacked Santa. I'm not upset about any of these. Love the energy in them. Come on, come on, come on, man. I hear the servers are, you know, the midjourney servers are just getting hammered. Hammered. Okay, let's see how this punches out. I see something here. I should. Let's see. Let's see what comes up. I was hoping that I could just cover the fingers. All right, Santa baby. Let's get these done. Just give me like one good hand. No, not there. That's a bag of sausages. Oh. Oh. That's it. Okay, so one. There we go. I like that face. I think we like that face. I like that face. And then, let's see, I'm going to compare these two faces. Oh yeah, I like the other. Really? I thought that was better. Okay. Let's, you know what? There. We're gonna get crazy here. Gotta make sure my camera's still running. Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Whatevs. Boom. We're gonna open desktop. Not that far off, but let's see what we can do here. Figure out where these lines meet. That's pretty good there. Oh boy. Yeah, that's it. That's the money. I'm not sure these fingers still make sense, but let's take a couple of these things out. I think we need a little clone layer on top. How are we on our camera? Okay. I'm just doing this with a mouse, so it's... Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna... I feel like this is the hand. Okay, we're gonna do make a selection. Okay. Nope. What am I doing? Let's see. So I cut out that hand to see if I could just okay, there we go. What I want to do is paint under the painting under the hand to kind of reshape it a bit. And again, I'm not using my Wacom, I'm just move. Not using the Wacom or the Cintiq. Let's sometimes when you don't have enough to clone, you can soften things up with the what is that thing called? It's a spot healing brush. Camera still on? Okay, camera is still on. Okay, so what I'd like to do is wait. Clone. There we go. Straighten that out, and let's go in here. And I think that's an extra finger. There we go. Well, it might not be an extra finger. Well, that finger's good. This is the finger I think I need to. Let's give it a good shape here. Oops. Gonna make a selection. Okay. Put that knuckle up top. And let's get our clone. And we're going to clone underneath it. Kind of fills it in. Back here. Go. Why do I feel like it's so much effort to shrink my brush sometimes? That goes there, that goes there. Let's fix this guy right here. Make a selection. Okay, we'll put this on top. And let's get our clone. Oh, man. Sometimes I'm like blind when it comes to cloning. Sometimes you just gotta paint. That's it. There is a little bit of a hard edge there. We'll shrink this down, see if we can soften it up. Bam. Just soften some of these weird edges up. That's pretty cool. Santa fingers. Oh, wait, what? I didn't just say that, did I? Oh, I could go on forever with this stuff. And oop. Make selection. Okay. Brush. We're going to select this because we are just going to get that perfect. Nice. I mean, that could be a nicer curve, but holy Jesus, what is that nonsense in the background? Okay, we gotta do something about that. Camera still running? All right. That hand is not what I want. See, sometimes things just fit. Bam. Santa badass. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I will save this file, export as. Here's my export settings. Exporting as a JPEG. We can make sure there's nothing there. Export. Save. It doesn't really matter. So now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna open this guy. Back up. He opens in camera raw. And now I am going to enhance him. Boom. Enhanced. Boom. I'm gonna select the enhanced version, open that up, so now it's twice the size it was. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Oh, here we can do a L10, so view 100%. There we go, looking good. And this is the other one, we can view 100%. So you can kind of see the difference in size. Now that we got the enhance. Looks good. Looks good. Badass Santa. Badass. Alright, so file, export. Export as, this will be Santa, export, badass, Santa, enhanced. Boom. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. I think this worked out super cool, and I am going to post this, and I hope you enjoyed it. All right. There we go. Excellent. Thank you very much. All right. I got to get used to the streaming. All right. So, all right. See ya. Oh, let's try that again.